Alright, welcome to another go-karting review of a couple places in Columbus, actually. So, this first place we are at is at Buckeye Karting, I think it is, or Buckeye Electric Karting, but they're electric go-karts. And this is Gary's view, actually. I had Gary run a GoPro. So these things run very quiet, tires squealing. So there I am, third in line. This guy just has to turn them on, fire it up, check, and we can actually reverse these if we needed to. So go up there, very quick on the brakes, very light in the rear end carts. And as you can tell, it's very squealy and hard to turn. So fast forward here just a moment, and instantly they control the carts. We get rolling. So I'm struggling there, getting a little loose, trying to figure out the weight of the cart because there's no engine in them, it's just a battery. They are very loose carts. But this place was interesting. It's a newer place. Gary and I and Justin all thought it was pretty fun, but very hard to get the handling down on these carts. You can tell we were struggling the whole time. Those walls are not on the ground hard, so definitely had to figure that out. And oh, I drove that car way too deep. So that's where my first lesson was on my first lap of trying to figure out how to brake and where I could drive around these people, because your weight shifts and instantly you get loose. So Gary battling a couple people and trying to figure that out. Even he gets loose. I am definitely a lighter person than Gary, so I don't have the weight to really throw into the ground there. And here I am catching those same people, trying to figure it out. And these things have very quick acceleration. So it's almost faster for these electric carts if you just roll through the corner, less braking. You half throttle it. You definitely want to keep these things straight, that's for sure. So we'll fast forward here about a lap or so. Gary catching another person. It's a pink helmet, so do not be confused. This dude. Because didn't know Gary was coming, and then here I am. Oh, maybe it was a girl. Unless it was a dude with long hair. That person's still stuck there. They're just like, hey, slow down. Somebody's stuck. You can see there just how loose you can get if you turn way too sharp. So making your corners long and smooth definitely was the key here. As I try and catch Gary, we were starting to get a hang of these carts, but at this point, I think these are like 8-minute races here, but we just did one here because after this race we weren't too keen on it. And decided, you know what, let's go try the other place, which we'll get to, is Grand Prix Karting, called GPK for short. Here at Buckeye. Just quick tap of the brakes, looking underneath them. These carts are pretty much all the same, and me with gonads the size of bowling balls. You're just looking inside of them and just squeezing underneath there. Tap the brakes and you get loose. That's how that works. So I move on, skirting around that corner. Gary is right on me, trying to find a way back by me. I'm here looking. I drove that corner way too deep. Gave him a look, but again, being lighter, I just ran away. And then we get stuck. Someone leaves the middle open. I go the outside. I was trying to forge a hole for Gary, and he decided, you know what, 3 wide the other direction. I'll go on the inside. And then again, back to battling through this chicane here. I had the preferred line, but he pinched me right up against the wall as we came to that second chicane of that straightaway. So he got right back by me, and I'm here trying to get these things straight, but these things are pretty quick for being electric carts. Don't mind them. Another place up in Medina up near Cleveland that I want to try out that's got electric carts. I think it's a place kind of similar to this, maybe a little bit, I don't want to say nicer, but this is a newer place. It's still under construction, and that corner back there to the right. Even with that little bit of a tap there, I got loose, braking, tapping Gary. So these carts very sensitive controls. We passed Justin, going on a little bit of a Saturday cruise there. I was messing with my line through that corner there, that right-hander, before we came to that left-handed here. really trying to figure out what's the best line to take. I go shallow, slower, or wide and faster. This one, couldn't have figured out. He left a little bit of a hole for me, roughed him up just a little bit, got by. Right into this chicane here, perfect. I'm back on by. These things do have an LED light on the front of them. And obviously the LED brake lights. Overall, I didn't mind this place. I was like 3.5 stars, 4 stars, essentially out of 5 on Google. I like this place. Would I come back? If friends wanted to. So, squeezing by somebody there, got him a little loose, and he almost gonna get a stop. Gary managed to get by, and I just threw myself on the inside there. Gary, right back by him. Me around the pinky. Trying to keep it straight, smooth corner. He went deep. Gary slammed on the brakes and shut it underneath it across up move there. A lap later, he gets into the wall a little bit. And I have my hand up because somebody spun back here and did not know how to get going. So one person did. This girl was like waiting for me to go, and I'm like, you have a clear lane. But I decided I'll go ahead and go. Gary gets through, and then they call up somebody else to do the honors. So one of the employees comes over to get them unstuck as I roll to a stop. And then, after about 20 seconds, you're rolling again. But these things, obviously, like I said, have a very quick pickup for being electric carts. And Gary catching that person right at the wrong time. I go back out of it, a little loose. Gary's cutting that corner a lot sharper, so I kind of mess up his chicane there. Not bad overall. And it appears that was his last lap, so I get to finish this circuit. But there wasn't really much to it. And of course, that person straight into the wall. I'm like, did you forget to turn? So they had to come pull her back to get her unstuck, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. I'm like, can you just get to turn a little bit harder? Gary already parked, shuts off his GoPro there, which is actually my other GoPro, I think. I think I gave him my second one, my 5. I'm running my 7. So, of course, I kept my helmet. But other than that, Buckeye wasn't too bad. We move on to GPK, where Gary and I have sequential numbers and both have a Gatorade on the front.
Gary, I'm rolling.
After a moment, I realized, actually it was a minute or two, that I forgot to take off my lens cap.
Solid.
So we're getting set here. Of course, the selfie for good measure by Justin up in front of both of us. Gotta show some love to the social medias. And here we are back with the gas-powered carts. Gary moving first, me right behind him. This place kind of reminds me a lot of Full Throttle, but the track, as you can tell, is shiny. It is very slick. Not as, I don't want to say it's not as slick as Buckeye, but as you can tell, a lot smoother. So, these things have more weight, but they are very grippy. So, it's a lot easier to slide on this track, but I definitely enjoy the racing on this one. Got a lot of close races. So first issue, we're on the first lap. Gary's trying to find a way through. Bumps and moves. I'm like, okay, I'll follow him through on the inside. As he follows Justin. Here I am realizing, oh, I need to brake. These carts, for some reason, these carts specifically, as Gary gets pinned and stuck behind everybody. You'll see this in a moment. What I'm going to say is, when you brake really hard on these carts, they like to pull to the right. They like to immediately turn to the right. They're also very loose. The engine is on the right side, like most of these gas-powered ones. But a lap later here, move on. Justin drives in deep. Gary cuts it short. Not quite enough room there. Moves him through. And he makes the pass on the outside of the other person. There's the GoPro Hero 5 for some reason. Very heavy on the wind noise. Justin a little deep, gets loose. Gary playfully pinches him near the wall. Meanwhile, I'm up probably 10, 15 kart lengths ahead of him. Just doing my thing. So it just didn't want to turn there actually. These tires are very loose, very slick. That corner I went deep because I'm like, okay, maybe if I get some momentum up, we'll see what it does. And I had to have run through like some oil or something like that, just something slicker. But you can see how loose it was that I was able to just, that left-hander coming into this right-handed hairpin to the straightaway, I was able to just gas it all the way through. And here's the thing, here it is, a lap later. I hit my braking point, those pipes. As soon as I hit the brakes, I immediately turned to the right and to correct it very quickly. Good reaction time from me there. I'm going to applaud, but sawing the wheel is the best way to avoid spinning out, getting loose. And another near miss there as everybody kind of piled up. Brakes hit, had just enough of a reaction to twitch it to the left and get by everybody. Made 2 passes there, decided to zigzag to the outside, and I'm home free. So, after doing about 15 go-kart races overall between here and Cincinnati, you learn how to, you just learn how to race, you get your reaction time build up, you know what's going to happen. You know how to handle some of these cars. These are all kind of similar cars to Cincinnati. So Gary struggling trying to get by these people. Bit of a logjam. Looking outside. As they get stuck. Squeezes under there. That hole closed up as he got there, but he definitely had the right of way, so he moves through after the run by. That was pretty much the action from the first races. We got to handle the karts. These later races got really interesting. So we all pile in. I think I was behind Gary. Oh no, I was way up there. I liked it. I was full approval. We only chose to do 1 race. But after this race, we're like, you know what? That was fun. Let's do more of them. So we bought 2 more and just completed the 3-pack of races. On to race 2, Gary and I are both in Pepsi carts again. I think he was in number 10.
You got that, didn't you? Did you get that? I did not get that. That's why you
So,
beforehand.
quick story of what happened right
You
there.
learned your lesson.
I tripped trying to get into my cart, and they saw it and laughed. And I laughed too because my feet are massive and I couldn't step into my cart, which is almost flat on the ground.
Justin, the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
But it was funny. That's a lesson learned to Gary that should have been recording.
It's biblical. I'm supposed to be in the back.
And Justin saying, hey, look, you're behind me again. So we move on. Somebody already had spun out coming into the first corner there, and I was like, oh, okay. Now I'll just keep moving on there. Justin getting sideways there. Loose, and I'm on the brace sideways. I'll race him. Let off just a little bit to give him some room. Nope, push him. I'll push people down the straightaway. That's perfectly okay. Just give him a little bit of motivation. Justin goes in deep. I cut in underneath. He's on the outside, got a little bit of a run. Rick about the same time, almost nosed into the wall on the right, but I got by him. Moved on here and give him a thumbs up for good solid racing there. Gary moving through here, catching people at the worst time with the largest speed difference, and hearing him right behind him. He's a tight. Gary and I side by side. Decided to give him the lane, give him a clear track, and I'll get him on the next corner. Some of those corners were not really side by side racing. Gary deep sliding. I was sliding in behind him. We're still driving these things hard because we're used to full throttle levels of grip. Again, back by Gary. Another push down the straightaway. Into the left-hander. He goes deep. I cut underneath. Not quite clear of him yet. And then as you can see on Gary's angle, I am. Gary on the brakes loose. Cuts back underneath me. Used his momentum to get a crossover there and pin me up against the wall. Gary definitely likes to drive a little bit more aggressively and friendly to his friends. Nearly loses it there. Nice and graceful little near spin there, but told him I'd get him back. As we catch another person at almost the wrong time and try and give myself a wide arc to give myself some space and catch him. So we're patiently waiting to get around this girl. He cuts underneath, creates a lane, decides to back out of that. As she comes down, blocks him. She takes a defensive line into this hairpin. I'm behind Gary. He goes deep, and I nearly ran into the back of Gary again. Had to do an evasive move and ran into the wall. As a result, Gary trying to take a wide line in there, and I'm getting past. I think it's Justin. But he backs out. Gary again trying to get by these people. I'm underneath. Justin almost decides to go underneath me that way. Gary just trying to find a way around this chick. He had had enough at this point, so he just tries to get underneath here, just gives her a little bit of a spin. I don't know if he said it was intentional or not, but I nearly T-boned her. But that's foreshadowing of things to come, because Gary was not the only one to express sarcastic displeasure there. So as we nearly went 3 wide there, all 3 of us got loose. I'm not getting by Justin there. If I can get around him here. Nope. A little bit of a pinch. Back inside. Get a run off. Does Justin. Gary underneath somebody else. There. Drives in really deep. I can keep it shallow. And this is where, about the point where I'm starting to learn where this hairpin runs. Gary, for some reason, decided to swing wide there. And I said, I'll go ahead and take that position. Thank you very much. Move on. And we're back to racing as Gary nearly gets ended into the wall by Justin. Justin gave him a nice side tap there. We move forward. After that race, a lot of close racing there. Definitely a fist bump of approval. Moving the carts back and forth and enjoying it. That second race, very racy. And we set some of our fastest laps there on that race. These races here at GPK were 7 minutes long. The website I think said 8, but regardless, a lot of fun. A lot of driving sideways, a lot of passing. The first race I did finish first.
Oh, I'll still get by you. You're gonna have to earn it.
That one I actually finished second,
I'll get you.
I think.
This one has a GoPro mount on the front. I wish I would have had my second GoPro ready to go.
Talking GoPros there, but whoever Kyle was that second race, we all got a max of 9 laps in.
2 minutes. He puts oil down so the stick better,
So while they're putting oil down, the first race we ran here, I ran a 39.9. That Kyle guy that beat me that second race with a 40.599.
Time to go full yeet.
Second race I ran a 40.8 because there was a lot of racing going on there. Kyle ran a 40.2. So, and if it's even late, for a matter of fact, I did win at Buckeye Electric as well by about 0.6 seconds over Gary. 22, yeah, to 28. So we go into race 3. Just Gary got loose. That guy got loose in front of me, and I slammed on the brakes and just committed a murder there. That oil. I'm trying to figure it out there, how much oil is actually on the track. This guy got on the brakes, sideways, spun around, you can see the tire tracks, and just had nowhere to go. Of course, that guy there, the safety worker, was like, "Whoa, you guys good?" I'm like, yeah, you just dumped water on the track, it seemed like, so I'm hoping at this point that there's not too much oil on my tires, and I kind of ranted about it to myself for about a lap and a half. I was upset about it. I'm like, what do you mean you put oil down for grip? I just about injured myself and or somebody else. But we moved forward. This race was interesting because we got 10 laps in. Did Actually, well, me and Gary did. Justin only got 9, but he was faster than Gary at the end of this one, believe it or not. We'll compare our laps on this track here after this race. But at this point, we're pretty comfortable with these carts. We know where they're going to slide, where we should brake there. I got better at this corner as we went along. So you can see Gary just a little hard on the brakes. Got a little loose. Because we want to run right down the middle on that front straightaway there. The finish line is right there at the exit of pit road. I had not mentioned that before. Right there. So I'm sliding through here, going to that first corner, almost full, wide open. This track, we're actually running like the reverse circuit of it, I think, which is kind of interesting. But regardless, I like this direction. It was very unique. It was a fun track. We definitely plan on going back again. So there, instead of just sliding around the inside of the corner, I took a narrow entry, wide exit. And so easy on the brakes, and you can see how much faster I went through that corner than I did before. That was a key when I realized, oh, maybe if I just roll through the corner. Because go-karting's not all about braking, gassing, gassing. Just maximizing all this. Some of those corners like that where you do want to be on the gas, but you want to roll through there and just feather the throttle in half the way. So Gary just a little loose there. And I think if we went back again, that we're probably going to be even better. My fast lap of this race actually stood as the track's fastest lap for about 2 or 2.5 weeks. So I was very proud of that, with it being about 1.4, almost 1.4 seconds faster than second place Ron, who also set a fast lap that race, and so did Justin. So top 3 races this race, actually. I think all 4 quadruman. Yeah, all top 4 drivers in this race. If you can see, it's a little bit of a stroke where Gary got stuck. I got stuck, ran in the back of him. But all top 4 drivers in this race set for the 5 fastest laps on the track. And again, we're getting loose. I should say fastest times of the week. That track, I had the fastest lap of the month. Around 2 weeks. So okay, of course, we're struggling there trying to get through traffic. As we realized, hey, we can be faster. We were still racing each other really good. Like, I couldn't even honestly tell that I had much of an advantage. There's a lot of heartbreaking points. A lot of fluidity, so she gets loose on the brakes. Gary got loose on the brakes. I got on the brakes early enough to where I didn't have to run into anybody. This is where the fun starts to happen. It's only 7 minutes of racing on a longer track like this, which I think is about 1,100 feet, so it's a lot longer. Could have went 3 wide there and decided not to. This guy was a blast to race with. I think he was in the first race, but that is Ron. And he's this middle-aged guy, just was a blast to race with. He was in the first race with us at GPK there. Gave him a hard time after the first race that, hey, like, race another one and we're going to have some fun. And we really did this race. It was a lot of fun. And you can tell I was trying to get by him and wouldn't take a wide entry, get underneath him. Gary got into me, which almost slowed me down. But I was on the outside, so I gave Ron the line, pushed him there. There was a point where I was like, okay, usually in road course racing, or just racing in general, if you want to get by somebody, there's about a 3-strike limit, which is just one tap lets you know I'm there. The second one, like, hey, I'm here. And the third one, I'll move you. So tap to let you know you're there. The second one to let you know I want to get by. And then this third one where I reached underneath him there. And I said, hey, I want to get inside you. And didn't really give him much of room there. And I just kind of dumped him. And I was like, you know what? I want to get by. Luckily, it don't really, or I should say, GPK is not really strict on full course cautions. But because Gary gave him a little love tap there and pinched me down just enough. So I got by him there, got loose. Gary looks underneath me here. Lap 9. Here we come to lap 10. I got loose. And this was the glory lap. This lap I'm driving here is actually the fastest lap. So this is the one of record. I let Gary know. I'm like, hey dude, I know what you're thinking. He was just trying to mess with me and spin me out. But my superior driving skills kept it straight, and it almost like it gave me a boost. But middle line through that corner, and whatever draft we would have had, I broke there. Ease my way through that last corner, and you can see just from this lap alone how our fastest laps varied. It was very fun. See, I think flying back by there, we could fly by the guy that waved the checkered flag, even though we were already past the finish line. Yellow lights were on, the race is over. Because I assumed that there was an accident on my end. So I'm flying around here, it's like, hey, okay. Because he didn't wave the flag at me at the finish line, it was after we went by. So I ran another lap here, which didn't count. But spoiler, it actually was faster than my lap of record on lap 10. So the Ghost lap 11 was actually faster. But we enjoyed this track so much. It was about $1 or $2 cheaper than Full Throttle. I love Full Throttle, but depending on how we feel, we would come back here.
You and I were racing hard.
That's Frowning Gary chatting about that. It's pretty solid racing.
We were running. We were racing.
That was great.
I felt you on my bumper all night long.
My GoPro actually died as soon as I parked. So we were talking to that Ron there. And those incidents we were racing and the time where I dumped it there. We had a lot of fun. You can see there's 2 tracks on the wall there. They actually took one out for the laser tag thing.
My GoPro died as soon as
So we looked at our times here again. And I finished that race with a 36.743.
Oh my gosh.
Ron was a 38.1.
Okay.
Wait, it was Jake?
Oh geez.
Never mind, that's Jake.
My last lap there,
Anyways,
because when they waved
Jake
the
ran
yellow
a
flag, I was like, okay, I'll get one more good lap in. 36.
And
now we got to compare our best laps.
First race, he ran a 43.4. But to review our fastest laps, that bottom right is that Ghost lap 11. You can see where the real difference was between me and Gary. Look at the 3 laps. My two laps on the bottom were very close. If you really look at points on the track, not me, in the top left on Gary's lap, you can see where we were faster. So as we come to the line here, you see where the difference was. I had about a kart length difference from my time to my Ghost lap to my actual lap. Almost a 10th faster. So those were our fastest laps. But as much fun as that was, we would definitely love to go back. I would recommend GPK if you get the chance. Try out Buckeye Karting, and I thank you for joining me for another karting video. Got more videos to come. Got another live video coming up soon. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that fun stuff. Comment if you would like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.